Hello everyone, and welcome to The Last of Us lore, where today we will be discussing the Smugglers. Smugglers are another split-up faction encountered in The Last of Us game and the American Dreams comic books. Like their name suggests, they sneak supplies, contraband, and even people in and out of the military-controlled quarantine zones. Joel and Tess were both smugglers that lived and worked in the Boston quarantine zone. Every month they would purchase food, ammunition, and other goods from Bill, a survivor who lived in a town called Lincoln. It is unknown what they paid Bill with, as he would have no need for ration cards that are only used inside the quarantine zones. If you want to learn a bit more about Bill, I have a video about him on my channel. The main group of smugglers are run by a man named Robert. His group worked out of the wharf, also known as Area 5. Robert owed Tess and Joel a shipment of guns and tried to have Tess killed. She survived, and then the two went after and killed Robert, but he had already sold the guns to the Fireflies. If you would like to learn more about the Fireflies, I have another video about them on my channel as well. The smugglers did very well in Boston, operating under the military's radar. They would dig tunnels to get in and out of the zones, as well as mapping out the military routes and patrols to stay out of sight. They also had a large gathering in the slums, setting up shops to sell goods, ammunition, supplies, and other things like guard dogs. They also gambled and would stage fights, all for ration cards. The last that is heard of the smugglers is a note by a smuggler waiting on a survivor named Frank, so that he could get Frank into the zone with forged papers. Frank never ended up showing, and the smuggler died waiting for him. The smugglers are arguably the weakest of all the groups in The Last of Us, only having access to pistols or melee weapons. Although they had a few strong members, notably Joel and Tess, most smugglers had a very hard time dealing with infected, much worse against actual human targets. Before we move forward, I just want to give a minor spoiler warning, as the next small section deals with dialogue from The Last of Us 2. While they are never seen, the smugglers are brought up on a few occasions in The Last of Us 2, mostly about Joel. It is also mentioned that the practice was distinct to Boston, suggesting that it didn't flourish in other zones or was unique to Boston only. Unfortunately, there's not too many facts about these guys, other than, oddly, the smugglers in Robert's hideout use the same quotes as the hunters. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and join me next time as I will be discussing the cordyceps virus and the infected. Until next time, this is Hades, signing off.